I'm walking through a forest on my way back to the car, which is quite a little hike right now. Jeremy and I have been out here just enjoying nature. And I just want to invite you to stick around. This is our regular short midweek devotion from the Littleton United Methodist Church. This week coming to you from Huron County, Michigan. You can't see it on here very well, but it's getting to be fun. Jeremy and I have been hiking back, and I kind of got turned around a little bit, but Jeremy knew where he was going. He's been here before, but the sun's been down for a while, and we've got, we don't know, we're guessing maybe a mile to go, maybe not, so we're going to be walking in the dark, and we didn't bring any flashlights with us, and the trails are all covered with leaves, so it's kind of hard to tell when you're on trail or off trail. So adventure is afoot. We're having a fun time. Fortunately for us, there's an almost full moon tonight, so if we certainly won't make it before sunset because the sun has set. That ship has sailed. But if we don't make it before dark sets in, at least we can use the full moon and kind of look for where the trails kind of crunch down. You can kind of see behind us. And it's just so fun evening. Oh, I'm going to say this is so much fun. It's hard for me to describe it, but we're out by moonlight now. The sun has been down for a while. We're still walking in the woods. We're following the path. We can see it by moonlight. What an adventure. What a night. Oh, that's so pretty. The moonlight. The woods. The tree. Figure as long as there's a full moon, we can find our way around. And this trail, you can see it in the moonlight.
You keep heading towards the moon when you get out.
Yeah, it's a little hard to see which trail is the real trail right now.
What's that?
It's a little hard to see which trail is the real trail. Now we made it back to the road. Now that was a fun hike. Did you ever see a preacher get stuck in a sermon illustration they couldn't get out of? They think, help me, I'm stuck, I can't get loose. And like half or more of the sermon was just the illustration before they got into the scripture. I think my B-roll was kind of like that today. It's probably about 4 or 5 times longer than normal. I just couldn't help it though. Jeremy and I were exploring a new woodland area in a marsh that we had never explored before. Jeremy found it just recently, so he'd been there once, and we didn't take account that daylight savings time just quit. So the sun went down an hour before we expected, and we were out on the shores of Lake Huron with a marsh and a woodland area between us and the car that we had to get through after the sun went down. So, but it was a fun night. That doesn't leave me much time left to really dig deep into a devotional for this week. But there's one I want to share with you anyways, so I'll just squeeze it real short. It's not original to me. I'm going to plagiarize it. It came from the missionary church that we visited this past Sunday, and from the pastor's sermon. And I just loved it. I had to go talk to him after the service was over about it. But it goes like this. The pastor was in the book of Psalms, and he was talking about asking God to guard our speech and to keep our thoughts pure. And as he said it, he made these statements to the church. He got up and he said, I will not, that is following the Lord, I will not speak badly about my neighbor. I will not call my neighbor names. I will not put a little sign in my front yard that says that my governor is an idiot. And then he stopped, and everything got real quiet. And you could hear a pin drop on carpet, and it was just do you call it a holy hush? Or just a real quiet in the sanctuary? And I just loved it. I had to go up to him afterwards and just tell him how I liked it. Well, we've talked about the importance of guarding our tongue many times. I don't know if we've talked about the importance of guarding our front yards with little signs, but fortunately for you, this is Wednesday. Election day was yesterday. So if you are guilty of that, you can run out and pull up your little signs so that you're not bad-mouthing your governor or state's attorney or whatever it might be. Well, I don't intend to take up a lot of your time this week. I just thought that was rather humorous and somewhat pointed and probably 100% true. And it would be a good thing for us to think about this week. Well, I've been gone for over 2 weeks now. If all goes well, I intend to head home this week. And so this is Wednesday, so there's only a few days left. And before I am able to worship with you again. May God bless you and watch over you.